and girls, and welcome back to another episode of the Fair Shake Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Fats, aka The Beast. Can you get it for the one time? Now for the rest of the cast, starting with the captain.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys enjoy this episode. It's Killer Ghost, aka Chris. On to the next host.
Good morning, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Whatever time you guys listening to this today. Finna get mango no huevos. Now on to the show.
All right. So for this episode, we're strictly talking about Xbox, the new Xbox Series X. They have bounced, came out with an announcement, prices. They they showed both systems, and they showed some of the games that came out. So this episode is strictly just based on and revolving around that. So I'm gonna go and hand it off to one of my top Xbox experts, Chris.
Oh man.
Hmm.
um, so we did an episode a couple weeks back or months back actually.
Yeah, this was
It was
early
a
on
while
in
ago.
the infancy of the podcast, episode 7. Who
We
will reign
we
supreme?
we guessed the prices of the Xbox. I think I was the closest, not to toot my own horn, but
Nah, he was the very closest. So in that one, you said the Xbox price of the big boy would be 500. You got that right on the nose, 499. And then you said for the Series X, you just overshot it by 50, which was 350, and the price is 299. So you literally the closest.
yeah, I'm kind of mad at myself because I hate when prices are, like 349 or 449. Like, give me a rounded up number.
But
Like,
let's say you're kind of right because after taxes,
yeah, I guess that's a cheap, that's a cheap W though. But but yeah, we saw there's a Series S and a Series X. The Series S price really, like it really surprised me because it's super cheap. Like, isn't it the same? What? How much is a Xbox One X now? The same price, 300.
no, I think the Xbox One X is actually like 4 or something
Oh, look at
still.
that. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna stop making One X's, so you could just buy that Series S. Um, but we know it's not as strong, that's a big thing for me. Um, I read you can't play, how some games they say, oh, like they'll be enhanced if you get it for the older games, they'll get enhanced versions basically. Um, but if you have the Series S, you won't get those enhanced versions. You'll get the dumbed down last gen versions, which I don't know. I'd rather just put the extra $200 or trade in my
Hmm.
Xbox One X to GameStop and just get the little upgrade. I might as well just do that. That's what I'm pretty sure that's what I'm gonna do. I said before I wasn't gonna get it at all, but I found out that this a lot of games I bought I can't play on my PC. Like they don't transfer between each other.
Hmm.
So I do have to get an Xbox. So
Yeah,
I'm
just so
just
you
gonna
could
get the
save
regular one.
face. Yeah.
Exactly. Like for example, 2K. I bought the. It wouldn't make sense not to get the Xbox because I bought the one that if you get the new Xbox, it upgrades for free.
Hmm.
So I might as well just get it anyway. And then there's some games that me and my friend Edgar, we game share. He wants to get Assassin's Creed, so I might as well get the Xbox for that too, because I doubt it's gonna be on
Yeah,
Game
that
Pass
was
or
one of
whatever.
the games for launch, right? Was Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Um, I want to piggyback off what you said about the system itself because you remember our side conversation. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the high end PS5, the low end Xbox, and basically my PC is where I'm gonna play majority of my multiplayer games, and just most of my games in general." Thinking about what you said and putting it into perspective, I've realized if I get the shitty Xbox, all those games that I do have are for nothing because they're just gonna sit in a library I can't use, right? So I decided to go with the higher end, get my money's worth, and then if there's a game that I want to actually play on my Xbox, then I can make a purchase for that. You understand? And
Hmm.
especially with now that the price confirmed for most games is $69.99. After taxes, we're looking at 76, like around $76. That's damn near $100 game. So now the purchase has to be that more meaningful. So if I got to make a more meaningful purchase, I would rather do that on a higher end Xbox.
Yep.
Especially that the Xbox itself runs at 4K, 60 FPS. I definitely have the monitor that could run that, and I definitely, even have the TV that could run the 4K with the. It doesn't push what is 144 hertz on most TVs. It doesn't push it, but there's this new monitor that Acer is about to drop in the next coming months that is fucking ridiculous. And I want you guys who are listeners, avid listeners, and play games to look into HDMI's 2.0s. I promise you, there's gonna be the wave soon.
Yeah.
What about you, Fat? What you thinking?
Well, I don't. I'm really not into this new Xbox shit. Truth be told, uh, I am impressed. Like, I love the way they came out with the Xbox, the model, the way it looks. It's impressive how powerful it is and everything. But they still don't have any games to catch my eye. I've been a PlayStation head all my life, and I went hard when it came to the Xbox 360. The multiplayer on that console on its own was great, phenomenal. And the reason I got Xbox was to play with y'all, which I barely did. So I'm looking at the Xbox now, and it's like, it's whatever to me. Like, if I do decide to get it, it'll be during the long run. If
So
y'all
you're
decide to get a
more
game,
later down the purchase kind of guy.
yeah.
Okay.
If y'all decide, if y'all decide there's a game that y'all want to get on, and that I should get an Xbox and we should get on it, and y'all are dedicated to it, we're gonna have a good like 4 or 5 month run with that game on the Xbox. I'll consider getting the Xbox, but if not, the Xbox could stay where it's
Yeah,
at.
and I think you make a good point with that. We have some friends, in my opinion, that sell us a game. We start playing them, and then after like two days, 4 days, it's like, let's go back to what we was playing. You understand? And again, I think that $70 price tag has to justify that purchase. You understand? If that game is shit, I don't want to play shit games on a fucking high end console, and especially the way Microsoft's been toting, and even Sony acknowledges it, that it is the most powerful console to date. Like, there's no, you cannot beat around it. You understand? So,
Yeah, but the most powerful console to date with no games. I'm sorry, my friend.
no,
I'm
yeah,
just
you're
quoting.
right. You're
I'm
right.
quoting one of our good friends on that.
How about because I don't care about the Halo shit, so I know that maybe you guys care that shit got pushed back. Did that um I know probably Chris not so much, but for you, if Halo was a day one drop, would that swayed you to purchase it
Hell
sooner?
no. Hell no.
um,
I'm
I'm
shit
still
at
most.
multiplayer games.
Oh, you asked him. My bad.
No, no, you can answer me, Chris, because it was four facts the question, but again, I feel you're more inclined to buy Halo. Does that purchase, justify the fact that
I would have been way more hyped to get it.
okay, so you see what I'm saying? I knew that you would have bought it, because it's coming out, but you said you was gonna get it regardless.
Yeah, now I am because I found out.
Mhm.
Like I said earlier, I found out there's some games you can't play on PC. But
Mhm.
yeah, it would have made me more hyped.
So we also have with the Xbox. I'm sorry, with the Xbox we have the whole thing they're going by, smart delivery,
Hmm.
right? And then we also have the fact that they've optimized well over 50 games of that were made for the Xbox Series X for the one. I'm sorry. Is That's another thing I don't like about the fucking Xbox.
The names,
It's the
yeah,
names, bro. It's
I
so
agree.
confusing that I literally tell anybody when we're playing, "Oh, you're gonna get on the box or PC." That's the only way. Cause to
Yeah, it's
say
just
that whole
Xbox.
fucking thing, bro, is wild, right? So
Yeah.
what I was
They
gonna
went from
say was,
Xbox One, One S, One X,
yeah, that shit is
Series
fucking
X,
wild.
Series S. Like,
Mhm.
stupid. Could you just fucking name it fucking Xbox? Just fucking Xbox.
Mhm.
Or
Cause
Xbox Platinum.
I liked it I liked it the whole number thing 360, and then that's when we had the Xbox One. They could have continued going like Xbox 360, 720, like just added that
Oh, they
number
could have just did
series.
like PlayStation, Xbox 2. Oh shit, or Xbox
Yeah.
3.
Mhm.
That would have been fine.
Yeah.
But no,
So
there's the Xbox X, X, Y, and Z.
So what I was saying before was about the games. We also got them optimized. Some games are gonna be optimized for the new shit. So like Destiny 2, I know Fats, you was on that for a while because everybody told you to get on, and you stood on dedicated by yourself. Will
Yeah.
that be something you looking to do again?
Um,
No, no, I'll keep it on my I keep it on the PC. The
Mhm.
PC looks the way it looks. Even though it's still, I'm running it at 30 frames per second. It still
Mhm.
looks better than the way it looked on PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So I'll just if anybody gonna play D2, then I'll play it on PC.
Mhm.
D2's a sleeper right now for me, bro. Like I definitely want to play it. That'll
Mhm.
probably be the. You know how there's a grindy RPG game you always play. I
Mhm.
think that's gonna be it for me.
Yeah.
So now that you talk about games, how about what's that game called? Outrider.
Is
That
that the one?
is supposed to have like that shoot and looter style to it.
Yeah, I like the way it looks, but to be honest, I don't know. It would have to be. We would have to pick between that or Destiny because I can't do both, bro. That's too much time in my head. Because it looks just like Destiny.
Yeah.
I don't know
Um,
if you've seen it, Fat. The
I'm trying to
Outriders.
I'm trying to remember it. I really don't
It
So it
looks
right
it
now.
has,
So
looks
yeah, it
it looks
has
like
like,
Monster Hunter. It looks
hmm
like games like that, like Destiny.
yeah, it definitely has like I think a post-apocalyptic look to it, right? Like all their armor and shit was all fucking wild.
Yeah, yeah.
And then but
oh,
it
okay.
seems more. I don't know how to explain it. It does look like Destiny. It feels like some shit out of like a sci-fi like post-apocalyptic world because they got this one class that I saw is a pyromancer launcher dude. I can't remember the
Hmm.
exact name of it, but it's in the same vein of like magical like just beast or whatever. I really can't explain it, or maybe I'm just doing a terrible job of explaining it. But you know, for me, going back to like just the game in general and the pricing and the just getting my bang for my buck at this point, um, I'm just gonna purchase it. It's gonna sit there. I'm obviously gonna carry over my Xbox Live to it. I don't. I sometimes I do turn on and off the Xbox Game Pass, but they have to come up with a better plan. Something where I could just pay once and just let it sit there because, to be honest, sometimes I'm excited about the games that are on it. Other times I don't care so much. And what sucks is for the people who purchase those games already, you understand, before the games drop on Game Pass, it's not like we have any idea of ever knowing what games are gonna come. It kind of sucks because I was looking at my library and then looking at the Game Pass library. I have Monster Hunter and then it's on fucking Game Pass and it's like a blow, you know?
Yeah, that's annoying. Like if it's gonna eventually be on Game Pass, just give it to me on Game Pass day one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's when you really don't know though. Well, they don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Um,
The Xbox been such a plunder that they might as well put all their fucking games on Game Pass.
quick question. Y'all noticed that the controller looks very similar to the one controller.
Yeah,
Oh
Did
yeah,
y'all want?
yeah.
Did you guys want something completely different, or
absolutely
I
you think
mean,
not.
they,
it's fine the way it is?
I mean, for one, Xbox knows what they're doing with the controllers because especially with rage heads like me, when they want to just slam the fucking controller, the shit won't break for shit. I can tell you.
How many,
I've done
how many
throw. I've
fucking controllers you threw of Xbox?
listen. I've broken a couple, but PlayStation, like going to play comparing PlayStation 3, those
Mhm.
controllers were like the softest controllers ever. I
Mhm.
remember throwing one controller because I was so upset with a game. The shit just shattered in a billion pieces. So I give it to Xbox that their controllers are built like fucking tanks,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and they're
Um,
built for big hands too.
that's what I was gonna say. I just like that they're comfortable. In my opinion, I think that the Xbox controller is one of the best controllers I've ever held in my hand.
I agree.
It just like, and plus, don't get me wrong. I think that the PlayStation 4 controller is probably their best controller of all time. It has like a bulk to it, you understand, and maybe the sticks are not as close as the previous systems. But I don't like my thumbs for some reason just don't work well down there, like together. Like I like the analog feel of the top, especially for me that I like playing fighting games.
It's
You
more
know,
natural having
yeah.
the
Yeah,
analogs like
hmm
the Xbox is.
So one of the one of the best well built controllers of all time, in my opinion. And through you, Chris, I'm actually gonna invest in one of those battle beeves because you
Hey,
said that I
yo,
could play
Battle
with it
Beef.
forward, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
So
use the Xbox controller on the new one. Yeah,
yeah,
they
so
let you use it.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my personal made the way I like. You understand? And I'm gonna keep it solely for that Xbox. And I think that with all the games they have coming out, they're really relying on their old library because anything that's really been confirmed is stuff that we already kind of know. Like Assassin's Creed is for both systems. In Halo, Halo's not gonna be part of it, so fuck that game. Then we have Dirt 5, Gears Tactics. I love Gears Tactics. I've been playing it on the PC. I think it's a really well made game.
How is that like Halo Wars
It's
or no?
nothing like it. It's more like Fire Emblem,
Oh
right?
man,
But
okay.
it's like really addicting. Like I actually enjoy it. And if you guys ever played the Gears games, you know how there's executions and stuff. You can
Yeah,
actually do that in that game, so you could run up on them and chainsaw them. It's a game that I feel like you guys should look into. Um,
okay.
it's not a bad game. Then we have one of your favorite series, the Yakuza series. So we're gonna get
Yes,
Yakuza Like a
sir.
Dragon. And then for those people that, in my opinion, the first one was overhyped, underdelivered, was Watch Dogs. Supposedly, Legions
I'm
is
hyped for
supposed to be
that.
better, and the main character of that game is supposed to come back to this one.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that. I'm hyped for
You
that.
know, so like with the inclusion of smart delivery, that we're able to get games now and play them forward, great. The inclusion of them bringing back Xbox Game Pass, great for those that don't have to spend, wild cash on newer games. They could just play old games or get the Xbox first parties there. This is great. There were some games that I thought were stupid as fuck. We had mentioned this before on other previous podcasts, but the Medium, I can't remember which one of us said that they actually liked it. I was like
I think it
indifferent
was
about it.
me.
Um, the game Scorn I thought was stupid, and the one that I think is the biggest flop was Tetris Effect Connected, which is dumb as fuck because I don't know who's going wild over that shit personally. So
Yeah, I feel you.
you know, after this, I'm just leave the floor open for you guys. I think that the Xbox has great standing power at the moment. You understand? I think that the Xbox will do good, especially with that $300 price tag for their lower end console. Um, I'm gonna say this one in Spanish. Uh, yo voy a comprar tres de eso para la crema para los hijos míos. You understand? Only
Damn.
because it's fucking is cheap. You understand?
Jesus.
It does the same.
Money, money, money.
It
Right?
does
Money
this.
man.
It does. It does the same thing, just weaker. And for what it's worth, for that price, for a little under 12, maybe under 11, I could have all of them. You understand? Everyone has their own shit here, and then me with the big boy in the house. So that's what I'm gonna leave that. I think Xbox did good with this announcement. I think they did good with their pricing. I think they did a better job of letting people know when to go out and pre-order and pre-purchase this. And yeah, that's where I stand on it. And then that other thing was the last thing I wanted to talk about was that game that they get to play. They could get to play their games on like the phones. I think that's good. The Xbox Game Pass on phones and
Yeah,
shit on mobile.
I was actually gonna bring that up. I don't know if you saw that Razer thing now. It's like a controller
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
put around your phone. I forgot who which I think I have a friend that said he got it. And he
Mhm.
had the smart glass or whatever that shit is called. You could
Mhm.
play on your phone. That's pretty dope for
Mhm.
Xbox to do, man.
Yeah, I
I
saw
mean,
Lamar Wilson play with it.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So imagine this, right? I'm just throwing this out there, and then after that, I'm gonna zip my mouth for you guys to do your closing arguments. We all in Fat's house, right? We're all talking shit. We take out our phones. Yo, you got the baseball on your shit? Yeah, I got the baseball on my shit. And we playing baseball, you know, from the comfort of his sofa on our phones. Would you
Oh
do it?
yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
I think it's more for Androids, though, if I'm not mistaken.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah, you know how
But
Apple is.
yeah, so because we all got Apple phones, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I that's another story for another day, but I like my iPhone is just it's too strict sometimes, man. But like I said, that's another story.
Yeah, so I think Xbox did. They only did good because their little system is. I'm pretty sure they only made it for kids.
It's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect for them.
Because kids really don't give a fuck about graphics unless it's like a big difference, like from Nintendo to Xbox. You know?
But but
Yo, dead ass.
there's also kids like your nephew, Jason.
Yeah,
Shout
he
out
gotta have the
JJ.
upgraded.
He's too smart. He's gonna be like, yo, why you buying me this cheap shit? Buy me the expensive one.
Yeah, he
So
probably will. But that's only like 2 out of 10. So I think they did good with just one, like bringing out one system for kids, one system for adults. The pricing would shock me because I thought they would have just did the $100 difference, but no, they did the
yeah,
$200 difference. Um, I still think Xbox is stupid because they still don't have any like great exclusives. So I mean, when it comes to
yeah,
them stuff solely, I think they need to up the game.
yeah. I agree.
Anything else anybody got to say?
Nah.
No, I'm
Bro?
good with everything I said.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in to the Fair Shake Podcast. Follow, subscribe, like, comment on all social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, uh, Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and soon to come Amazon Podcasts. Right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, Fair Shake Podcast. We're signing off.
It's the Fair Shake Podcast. Sucker, sucker, sucker.